Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Future Innovation Summit, for this beautiful introduction and for invitation to talk on a very intriguing and big topic, that is mobility in the future city. And we're having the best panel we could get on the topic today. We have Palanisamy from Parsons. We have Thomaz Domingues from In5. We have Alexey Fomichev. He is the head of electronic buses practice here at company CodeCo. And we have Dr. Oualid Ali. He is an innovator and a big thinker in future mobility aspect and in future cities transformation. My name is Maria. I have been in mobility for many years. I created a venture fund that invests in technologies in smart mobility, that selects the best startups that can contribute to such a big industry as mobility. And why I like this industry? By the way, mobility includes all public transportation and also the services you all, of course, know, like bike rentals, like scooter sharing, like adjacent services, like mobility on demand and mobility as a service. This industry worth trillions. This industry creates multiple pains and problems and creates a lot of sentiment and emotions for the people that are using public transportation and that are managing public transportation. This industry desperately needs innovation, and it is so challenging to find the right projects, to find the right technology that is going to be ready to disrupt these big markets. So I am going to pass the word to Andy, my dear friend from Harvard. He is running the Smart Dubai practice. He's doing a lot of incredible projects in smart mobility, and he's going to tell us about the future of Dubai.
Thank you, Maria. Is it working? Can you hear me? Yep, perfect. All right, brilliant. Once again, thank you so much for the opportunity, and maybe it's better to stand and deliver this. My name is Palanisamy. As you can see, it's a very easy to pronounce last name, and we will just quickly get through this in 2 minutes here. My background, as you can see, I have about 25 years of experience doing mobility. I lived and worked in the US, studied in different places, and here I am in Dubai helping the government here and also in other parts of the region trying to build their vision of the smart cities and cognitive cities. All right, so the company that I work for those who don't know, we are one of the largest engineering consulting firms in the region. We are about 16,000, 17,000 people now. The number's growing in the region. So we build pretty much all the heavy infrastructure that you can think about it. My job is to put on the technology layer that sits on top of these cities. All right, so some of the services that we offer, just a quick pitch, the kind of things that we build and deliver to our customers, and the kind of services that we offer, be it infrastructure, design, master planning, landscape architecture, all of that. So again, this is where the presentation starts. Now we're getting into it. So when I see where the world is going, from where I practice in my business, I see the whole world moving towards the mobility picture evolve and coalesce towards these 4 major pillars, what we call CASE, some people call it ACES, automated, connected, electric, and shared. Some people, as they say, connected, automated, shared, and electric. So these are the 4 main pillars that we see mobility sort of like coalescing around as we move towards the future. And it's been the case for the past, at least generation, probably 1 or 2 decades, I would say. I had the privilege of working across all 4 of them. I worked for Ford Motor Company on shared and electric, worked for the United States government on the connected and automated part. So now here I am trying to bring all these expertise and technology to this part of the world. So again, I'm relatively new to the region. I've been here about 18 months. And the first thing that struck me is the visionary leadership. Coming from where I come from, there's such a beautiful contrast in terms of leadership. And I'm very smitten by how forward-thinking the leadership is here in Dubai particularly. And when I see Sheikh Mohammed's vision and the plans they've gotten for the future, it got me really excited. That's one of the reasons why I decided to come here, because it's an opportunity to build the city of the future. So again, this is a city that has transformed itself dramatically in the past 40 years, I would say. Particularly the last 20 has been fantastic. Went from about 70K people in a small desert outpost to a metropolis that's now inching closer to 6 million people. So a lot of the future developments are designed and driven by the Dubai 2040 strategic goals. As you can see, the mobility goals to provide sustainable and flexible means of mobility. There are about 12 outcomes here. And of course, a lot of them drive towards sort of like building these green corridors as we move towards 2040. And these are going to be connected and also provide for sustainable mobility. So an important item to keep in mind as we think about the future, the city's population now is about 3.5, and it's about to jump to like 6 million people. So imagine cities doubling in size, basically. We have to provide for the mobility needs. If you think congestion on Sheikh Zayed is too much, wait till another 5 years, so you will see it. So again, we are one of those cities that's blessed with a lot of incoming population every year. So we already crossed 7.1 million people this year, and we have still a few more months left. So I think this will be a record year for Dubai, I would say. And again, one of the most important targets for RTA, a lot of this data is public anyway, is to get 25% of the transportation in Dubai to be autonomous by 2030, which means a lot of the Careem services and pretty much all kinds of related services are going to be automated. So if anything, it's going to result in a lot of benefits, which is one of the main reasons why we should embrace this technology anyway. There's a lot of economic savings and also life savings. Like if you think about the number of accidents we can cut down, that alone results in about $2 billion dirhams a year. So one of the other key goals for the region is to convert the fossil fuel fleet into electric vehicles and other forms of sustainable transportation. We are seeing a growth in the electric vehicle fleet in the coming years, and also it's already going on, and also we are going to see the number of chargers supporting infrastructure go up dramatically. And again, you're seeing some of the future maps here, where we are seeing in terms of like some type of technologies and things like that that are going to be deployed across Dubai. A lot of this is driven by our friends at Dubai Future Foundation, as you can see. And this event that just happened, there were a lot of very interesting conversations in terms of mobility. I just put it up here. If somebody has time, feel free to just check out the event's proceedings. There were some very interesting and unique concepts that were discussed here. All right? Coming wave of electric mobility, we just talked about it. I'm sorry I'm rushing through it because we're running late already. So some of the other things that we do in terms of locating these chargers where they need to be deployed. So there's quite a bit of opportunities for us to deploy the chargers across the town. And of course, one of the most important drivers for us is the climate change conversation. And it so happens that Dubai is going to be the epicenter for this conversation next year. COP28 is going to be here. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us to think about mobility from a climate change perspective, how we're going to change things. All right, last but not least, the rail network that we are building in this part of the world is one of the most exciting projects, I would say. And it's going to transform not just the city here in Dubai, but also the region itself. The connectivity to Oman, the connectivity to other parts of the Gulf. It's going to be very, very important for us to watch. Okay, I think that's it. That's my last presentation.
Wow, Andy, thank you so much. I believe this person can talk weeks and months about his topic, and he's so insightful, and you can just take Andy's data and put it as market data for any startup. But how do you implement this strategy? How do you transform into smart cities? How do you test the technology that influences millions of lives? Accelerators are so important, and they serve as technological agent, as a bridge between those tech teams, engineers that are bringing something new and innovative, and those huge market players, such as transportation companies and government authorities. And accelerators play a very important role in explaining what is this new technology, how you can apply it, and they are organizing this dialogue between big corporates and small, emerging, innovative, disruptive. I created Accelerator myself, and I'm inviting my dear colleague, Thomaz Domingues, from In5, to talk about his experience in mobility.
Thank you, Maria. So I'm just going to run you quickly for those who are not aware who we are. So In5 is a business incubator that has been established here in Dubai since 2013. Originally, we started working only with tech companies, and since 2018, we branched out also into media and design. We are a TCOM group initiative supported by the Dubai Development Authority. This is what we look like today. We have 3 innovation centers spread across Dubai. We are home to 340 startups that operate across 70 different business segments that have raised a huge amount of investment, and we like to say that we play a very important part in that role. How do we operate? We help early stage startups by setting up their businesses with us. That includes their trade license, their visa, their office space, and so on. That cost is supported by a government subsidy through the Dubai Development Authority. And throughout the time span that the startups are allowed to stay with us, we support them with a number of programs, connecting them to potential customers, potential consumers, and also facilitating the conversation with a number of our investment partners. This is just to give you an idea that on top of all of the support, we also have amazing facilities where our startups have purposely built facilities so they can actually operate from Dubai, bring their core activities into Dubai, as well as attract the talent that they need to deliver upon their missions. And just in the interest of time, I just wanted to leave you with our current mobility startups. And as you can see, they operate across a variety of different segments, and they are bringing different technologies, connecting different elements into the sector that we are speaking about today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear Thomas. And In5 is doing a great job by running multiple projects. And this is what you really want to do if you want to innovate in a big city. Now imagine one of the world's largest cities, 20 million people, and you want to change the face of transportation entirely. You want to start a multi-billion project with a completely new type of transportation, type of energy, a type of charges, and you want to create the entirely new ecosystem in a very unique city with its own atmosphere, with its own barriers. And we're lucky here to have Alexey, who was able to do the impossible, to launch a project of 1,000 electronic buses. He will tell within how many years. It is just incredible. So I'm passing the word to you, Alexey.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Is it okay, sound? Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to thank welcoming hosts of this event for possibility to be here and to share my experience with you. Basically, our life consists of being in some places and moving between them, and even if you don't move at all, or if you move on a personal comfy car, none of us is left indifferent to a cloud of black smoke from the bus exhaust. Every standard, as we know, every standard city bus emits approximately 65 tons of CO2 every year, and that's why city authorities make such a decision to switch their public bus fleet to electric one. And let me show just a short video and just listen the sound of the city. Is there any sound?
It's okay. It is going, yeah.
Thank you. you can hear only city buzz. They are very quiet and very clean. And I have an honor to be a part of the team of like-minded professionals who create 1,000 bus fleet in big city. And every innovation, as you know, meets resistance, and it requires balanced and very time-adjusted solution. You can't skip every moment. You can't skip research and analysis of business environment, development on new solutions, project support and funding. Moreover, all this should be supported by team experience and new IT solution project management involvement. The main challenge is to meet requirements of different users of our buses. I mean, city administration, who is in charge responsible for transport safety and the budget utilization as well. E-bus driver, who's behind the wheel in the most direct sense, and they keep the life of 85 passengers, and it's very important. And we're potential passengers, and we want to move in a clean, comfortable, and cozy electric buses. Our experience shows that the mission is possible, and especially if you've done prior research, pilot and project management principles. And the final stage extension of the experience gained in the pilot, basically it's a multi-year process during which the key tool is the user experience of your passenger. And I welcome any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alexey. So we're basically having all the ingredients here on the stage to run successful innovation program. We have strategic consultants, engineers that can understand and explain the concept of innovation in public transportation. We have accelerators that are bridges between the new emerging technologies and big markets. And we have great project managers, project directors that are able to implement with all the multiple pains, with the failures, and with all those excitement of the new challenging technologies in the big city that can implement such projects from the beginning till the end with no compromise. But what is another very important element is a think tank, futurist, strategic thinker, and Mr. Dr. Oualid Ali. Yes, he's doing a great job creating the concept of future mobility for the MENA area, I believe in other areas as well.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invitation. Actually, we've been working on the field smart city since 2001, and now we have a presence through our Vernwell company in Dubai. Before talking about smart mobility, let me bring you back to the past, a little bit about the past. So the mobility started long time ago when a human, they want to move from point A to point B through horses and animals and camels. So, and then there is a problem. The problem is the speed. As a human, we innovate to tackle this problem. So we invented the cars with the first industrial revolution. And this is a great invention which tackled the problem of the speed. And here we go, we have another problem, which is the CO2 emission, the accident, the traffic jams, because we are urbanized now. 54% are living in cities. And now we are tackling another problem of our own innovation in the second and the third industrial revolution, which is how to tackle the CO2 emission through green mobility, through accident. 99% of the accidents are caused by human. So through autonomous driving, through AI, through data science, we collect data, we inject smartness into the mobility to avoid such problem. Traffic jam, we collect data through IoTs to avoid and to make our system more performant. This is why we talk about smart city. We talk about smart city now, the present, because we have a problem caused by our previous innovation. So it's a set of layers. Each time we innovate, we solve a problem, we create a problem. We solve a problem, we create a problem. Now we talk about smart city because we have a problem, we have a traffic jam, we have accident, we have CO2 emission. So the green technology will solve maybe the problem of CO2 emission. The Hyperloop will solve the problem of speed. The IoT, the AI will solve the problem of accident, data collection, and so on. So this is the present that I want to mention why we are here. Not only we talk about technology, and so on. This is the present. I talked about the past. Now let me talk about the future. So everybody now talk about the metaverse. The metaverse is coined by Neil Stephenson since 1992, long time ago. But why people talk about the metaverse now? And I'm going to talk about meta-mobility. The metaverse, because now it's become realistic because of the advancement of technology. We have Web3, we have blockchain, we have AR, VR, so we can realize the dream of Neil Stephenson, 1992 in this science fiction, and this science fiction becomes reality now. But the problem now, what is the future of mobility with metaverse? What is meta-mobility? Everybody talk about metaverse, but nobody, trust me, nobody know what is metaverse. Even Mark Zuckerberg from Meta doesn't know what is metaverse. Nobody know metaverse. It's a blank page. It's a green field. And this is a great room for innovation. Since it's a green field, we can think, we can innovate. Let me talk about the impact. As a futurist, I have to think. The metaverse, we don't know what is it. But it's a virtual world. We already experienced 2D metaverse in the corona. So Corona and the social media, Facebook, these are 2D metaverse because we are injected in the virtual world and we are living in the physical. This is what we call phygital. Now what is the impact of the metaverse 10 years from now? So in 10 years, we'll be sitting in our own room doing only metaverse. So there is no mobility. And automotive companies are thinking from now to solve this problem. Since there is no mobility, through digital twin, real simulation, we can travel, we can go to school, to university, we can go to hospital. And this happened in COVID-19. So COVID-19 is pre-exercise. It's a test of the metaverse 2D. 37% of mobility in Germany is business commuting, education, and work. And this has been reduced maybe to 2% during Corona. So metaverse, maybe we have two scenarios, how to impact the mobility. So the first scenario will be between the physical and the digital world. And companies like, for example, Hyundai, they bought Boston Dynamics. Why? Because they want to connect the digital and the physical world. And this is the first scenario. The second scenario, which is the worst scenario, will be 100% injected in the metaverse. And company like Renault, they are building a metaverse simulation of their showroom. They are building metaverse object like cars design, and they sold them as NFT. So the metaverse now will impact hugely the mobility. The mobility that we are facing now will disappear. All this green technology, green mobility, IoT will disappear because there is no mobility in the metaverse. And in the metaverse, your avatar can fly. So it's a complete new field, and we have to be ready for that. So what we do about this is regulation. We have to regulate the metaverse. We have to come up with one definition of the metaverse. And we in Vernwell company, we are started already doing regulations, standardization of the metaverse, education about the metaverse to avoid what I call the metaverse shock. So just in 2 minutes, I talked about the past of mobility, the present of mobility, which is a smart, connected, intelligent, green, blah, 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 and the future of mobility, which will be completely different about the mobility that we know today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Oualid. What an incredible story within such a short period of time, thousands and thousands of years covered. And we believe in the best scenario for future mobility. For example, the project I'm working with, IMOP, Internet of Mobility, is creating the global network that would prepare the world of mobility for future. And we are, for example, selling flights through metaverse. airplane tickets. It is one of the possible solutions for usage of metaverse in mobility. So I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for having us here. It's a wonderful panel. It's a wonderful audience. Thank you so much.